The Bakgatla-ba-Kgafela Traditional Authority is set to host its annual heritage celebrations in Moruleng in the northwest. That's from the 16th to the 22nd of September, aiming to highlight the significance of the Bakgatla-ba-Kgafela community's culture, custom and tradition as a key pillar of traditional leadership. Moruleng is a melting pot of culture, tourism and socio-economic activities, which is home to 32 villages led by the Bakgatla-ba-Kgafela tribe. Morena, Kagiso, Bana, Pilane, CEO of Bakgatla-ba-Kgafela Investment Holdings, joins us to discuss this further. Very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time and welcome to the late edition. You're hosting a 7-day themed celebration in efforts to really signify and talk about the significance of culture. Tell us more about this event. I mean, 7 days is a very long time. What will you be highlighting?
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening to the viewers at home. I think what we're trying to highlight is more, firstly, it's in resonance with the Heritage Month that we are in, obviously, and also trying to say that as traditional communities, there is culture that is embedded in us, and that culture includes other activities, because we come from the history where our forefathers were into entrepreneurship, they were into agriculture and all, and that's what we're trying to display in the next 7 days.
And you speak about agriculture, and I can see that Farmers' Day is something that you'll highlight as you speak to agriculture. Talk to us a little bit about the significance of farming as we look at the current state of the country and the opportunities that come with it.
I think you would be aware that our area in the main is a mining area. And what is important to this day is to show alternatives in terms of people being able to make livelihoods from the land that they are sitting in. And this would also assist in building up the economy as well as translating to a better economy of the country. So hence the need to highlight agriculture. And I think what is important as well to note is that this is also a business that is that we inherited from our forefathers, as I said. That's why it's very important for us all to remember where we're coming from, to also bring back that element of agricultural entrepreneurship in our area.
What will you be showcasing in marking Heritage Day, the culture and the lifestyle and indigenous knowledge of Botswana?
There's a few things that we'll be showcasing. I mean, for example, traditionally, when we come to this era, and by the way, this is the beginning of the year, of the African year. On Monday, we will be having a traditional activity where we will be washing the rock where we believe that actually it's dubbed Tlapalapula. So we would be going through that ritual to ensure that we, call on our ancestors and Mudimu to bring rain for our people. And the other activity that we'll be doing later on is to appreciate the good harvests that some of our people would have had, and we do the Kgafela, which would be the harvest being delivered to Kgosi as a significance that Kgosi is looking after the people, and all people that are successful are able to share their harvest with the needy.
You speak about Tlapalapula and in highlighting the indigenous knowledge system on really just preserving culture. What other elements of indigenous knowledge do you think will be important on the day, or as you acknowledge the week, to really share more so as we look to the young people in learning the indigenous knowledge?
Coming to the fore, and fortunately in our area, in our village, There's been activity of teaching people about the importance of health and also using herbs. I mean, when the West came into the country, people that were traditional healers were dubbed witches and stuff. So what is coming to the fore is that there are herbs and natural produce that could be used for health's sake, and that is embedded in the indigenous knowledge system. And what we're hoping to achieve as well, as we would be having young people or learners from schools visiting the career center, we would be teaching also the importance of this indigenous knowledge system. I don't know if you would know, that in the past when somebody had broken their legs, there would be a procedure administered called Tobek, where they are being healed and the humerus or the leg reconnect. So these are things that are coming from this knowledge that we're trying to enliven.
We've heard a great deal today about unemployment and questions that President Cyril Ramaphosa had to answer to around creating job opportunities, and him speaking about how, yes, the focus has been on young people, but there are other options for those in the age cohort outside of that. I see that SMMEs Day is also a feature for the 7-day celebration. How are you going to, what is the approach around SMMEs as you highlight the significance of culture?
So, I mean, I did allude earlier on that, you know, the entrepreneurial spirit is inherent in our culture. And all that we're doing now is to highlight the importance of that type of participation in the economy. And just to let you know, I mean, this is something that we have already started. In May, we were launching a training program on multiple disciplines, which included SMMEs. And we know as a mining community, there's also that level of interest from the locals in providing services to the mine. So we are highlighting the importance and the different avenues that people can follow in terms of taking advantage of these opportunities in our economy.
And how are you assisting, very lastly, before we let you go, assisting in some of the challenges that entrepreneurs and startups may be facing, access to market, finances? What sort of assistance is available?
There's multiple of assistance. I've already started with I mean, mentioning education, which becomes key because then it equips people to be knowledgeable as they go into the space. We, in the near future, would be hopefully announcing a relationship that we're setting up with NEF to ensure that people get access to financing. And then lastly, we engage with the mining houses that we are participating in to leverage these opportunities. For example, one of the mines, we've negotiated 40% participation for locals in their procurement spend. So this is the type of support that we're providing, availing these opportunities for the local entrepreneurs.
Very well. Thank you so much for your time. Let's perhaps leave it there. Bakgatla-ba-Kgafela tribe, Morena, Kagiso, Bana, Pilane, who's the CEO of the investment holding, joining us and expanding on the plan around commemorating and highlighting the significance of Heritage Day.